When they set off on a civil rights march, the 15,000 campaigners had no idea they would enter one of the most tragic chapters in history. Protesters threw stones at the soldiers who responded with plastic bullets. Later, in the Bogside, paratroopers fired lead bullets and killed 13 men. This image of a priest helping the wounded has become iconic of Bloody Sunday.
I was just standing at the flats when the Saracens moved in first of all, and there was nothing fired at them, positively nothing fired at them whatsoever. There weren't even stones fired, and people ran in all directions and they opened fire.
Paratroopers did not go in there shooting. In fact, they did not fire until they were fired upon.
This is the Bogside in Derry. What happened here in 1972 plunged Northern Ireland in 3 decades of bloody conflict. The first inquiry took place in 1973, just after the events. It blamed the demonstrators and said the soldiers only fired when they were fired upon. But the thousands of civilian witnesses who were here that day said the demonstrators were unarmed. Since then, the families of the victims have campaigned for the truth to be told.
Michael was 17, the youngest to die on Bloody Sunday.
They set up this museum run by John Kelly, whose 17-year-old brother Michael was killed.
Were they carrying weapons?
Absolutely not. If you look at the photograph, Michael is lying there, and the reason that Soldier Rep gave for shooting him, according to him, is that the fact that Michael was supposed to be in the process of throwing a lit nail bomb, a fizzing lit nail bomb. But if that had been the case, when Michael was shot, what happened to the nail bomb?
In 1998, a new inquiry was set up. The chairman of the tribunal, English judge Mark Saville, heard evidence from over 900 people during the course of the investigation. What do the victims' relatives now expect from his final report?
A full declaration of innocence. It is, I believe, proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that all those who died that day were totally innocent. The world knows this.
This inquiry is the most expensive in British history. It's cost €230 million, a figure the leaders of the Protestant community find outrageous.
If it were the price of democracy and it was a closed book after that, some people might be prepared to say yes. But unfortunately, even now there are those who say, once this report has been finished, we then want to see further action. We want to see prosecutions against soldiers. While the IRA have never been prosecuted, in fact, the person who is the Deputy First Minister in Northern Ireland, who in the Saville inquiry said he was the 2IC in command of the IRA at the time of Bloody Sunday, he has never faced prosecution and hasn't spent a day in jail.
The big difference is that in the case of the IRA, they were pursued relentlessly by the forces of the state. In the events of Derry on Bloody Sunday in 1972, the people who carried out the murders were marched up to Buckingham Palace and were decorated by the Queen of England.
Judge Saville may declare the killings unlawful and opened the way to prosecutions against the British Ministry of Defence. Almost 40 years on, Bloody Sunday is still a divisive issue.